All right. That should be it. Okay, perfect. Let me see here. Just getting a couple things set up real quick. Hoping you guys can hear me here. Yep, you should be able to hear me. Perfect. Um, so we're going to be building some phone holders today. I saw these phone holders online and thought they were actually pretty interesting. I could really use one at my work desk at home, and I could use one at my work desk uh at my actual place of employment. So we'll get some of those built and see how they go. Let me see here. I'm trying to just get this together real quick. Didn't realize what is this? All right. Let's do this. Sorry, I trying to get this sorted out. Oh, and let's do stream chat. There we go. All right. Perfect. And I'm going to go live on TikTok as well. So if anybody's on TikTok, they can watch there, or they can watch, you can watch on TikTok, or you can watch on YouTube, either or. Doesn't really matter. Um, we should be good to go. So again, I'm gonna show you guys what I was looking at. I saw these online and I thought they would be pretty interesting to build. It's these little phone holders. It's a nice little easy project to build. It's nothing too crazy. I've got just enough scrap wood over here that I could probably get a couple of them built. Um, I'm debating on whether or not I want to use the 1x3 or if I want to use the 1x4. I do have an iPhone, so I feel like a 1x4 might be a little bit better. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I do some of this wood though is just a little bit on the you know on the not so good side. So we'll um we'll probably end up using either or, but let's see here. Let me pull up this. All right, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna build these little phone holder things here. And again, if you're on TikTok, you guys can go over to my YouTube channel and see what I'm actually building. I don't know how to dual stream between the two. I'm hoping you guys can even hear me. I don't have a mic hooked up to that. I got it hooked up to YouTube. So again, it's just the same FC Woodworking or Flag City Woodworking on YouTube. So um, yeah, but based off that picture, it doesn't seem terrible. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm painting this freehand in this. I don't have any plans made up for it. I think eventually I will make some plans for it, but right now I don't have a whole lot of plans for it or anything even in the works. So just going based off of that picture, um, let's just start throwing it around and see what we can come up with. So I think I'm gonna start with that bottom board. Looks like it's about 4 inches in length. So I'm gonna give that a shot and see how well that turns out. I know I have a few projects I've got to build up as well. I have a video on my YouTube channel on how to build the Christmas tree. I have one for the snowflake it's in the progress. And then I have a video on how to build a blanket ladder that is going to be released this week, I believe, as well. So, like I said, and then I got to build another set of both the tree and the snowflake for our babysitter because that was the rule. So I'm gonna have to build that up. But yeah. So I think we'll just do this phone holder for now and see how it goes. Let me check something real quick as well. Um, Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I get all of this set up correctly because again, I've never done it before. So you know, there's give or take, I guess. But all right. So select that platform. Both of those are selected. Okay, we should be good to go. Dashboard. And again, I am relatively new to woodworking, so I don't. I don't have like all the crazy fancy tools. A lot of the tools you guys see behind me and stuff are hand-me-downs, obviously, other than the miter saw. I bought that a few months ago. I had a hand-me-down miter saw from my dad. But the bandsaw is a hand down, the air compressor, the router table. I bought that table saw myself a while ago, like a few years back. But everything else has been hand down. It's been handed down, and it's worked out quite nicely. So but yeah, let's go ahead and get this cut down again. I measured this first board. It's a 1x4. I got it measured down to 4 inches. And again, if you guys are on the YouTube, you guys can see the plans. If you're on TikTok, you're gonna have to go over to the YouTube to see what we're building. And again, it is going to be that phone stand thing, and we'll probably end up we'll probably end up getting these stained up as well because I want them to look nice, especially if I'm gonna have it at work. I want it to look really nice. So let's go ahead and just get this cut. So actually, I learned by watching a few other guys on YouTube that the easier way to cut the bevel is to just rotate the saw blade, however, to whatever degree you want to. And that's what I'm going to do. Instead of laying the board flat and trying to cut it at an angle, like this, I'm just going to put it vertical and cut it at a 45. It's just much easier to do it that way than trying to, angle it and get your hand down in there and whatnot. So let's go ahead and actually set this up for 45. We'll make that our first cut. And then we will, no, I don't want to rotate that. Duh. I just said that. I want to turn this. Oh, so we'll get this. I want to turn the saw. So I'm going to cut a 45. What's up? Huh? Oh, is she watching? Yeah, I've got to make her snowflake and Christmas tree soon. I know she's been begging for it, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, so let's just cut this. And actually, what's up, buddy? Let's rotate it the other way. Hey, it's gonna get loud. Watch your ears. All right, turn that. All right. See, now that's much easier. And now I can just flip the board. Actually, I'll just keep it that way. Actually, no. Flipping it that way is gonna give me that same bevel, so I need to rotate the saw back the other way. What's up? Okay, you can watch. It's gonna get loud though, okay? I'll go back 45 the other way. The board. There we go. So let's try to get that 4 inch. There we go. All right, so I'm thinking this is what we're going with. Yeah, so and then what's up, buddy? Make it into small pieces. So I can put this together. Yeah. Nope, I'm done with the Christmas trees for now. All right. So that based on that picture, that 45 22. Uh-oh. Here, don't touch. Okay, don't touch. It is a snowflake. So those 45s are too sharp of an angle, so I'm going to loosen it up to 22 and a half. And we'll try that again. So I'm going to cut that straight off. Set my saw back to 0. Yep, cover your ears. Let's get rid of that knot. What's that? Nope, it cuts the board down just a little bit. No, I don't need to cut that one. Thank you, though. All right, so we're gonna try that again. I think the 45 was too much. So let's try a 22 and a half. Let's see how that works out. All right, buddy, cover your ears. What's that? Daddy's making a phone holder for myself. Okay, cover your ears. Let's actually mark 4 inches off. So I'm gonna mark 4 inches off of this side that I just cut at 22 and a half. And then that should give me my 4 inch bottom piece. Again, if you're on TikTok, you can't see what we're building, but we're making some phone holders. Over on the YouTube channel where I'm live there as well, you can see the phone holder that I'm building. I saw them online the other day and thought they were pretty neat. I could really use one at work, could really use one at home. So instead of going out and buying something, I figured I'd just make it myself. All right, buddy, cover your ears. Didn't go all the way through. Try it again. Cover your ears. Cover your ears. There, I got it. What's up, buddy? Yep, they sure do. Okay, so now that I got that cut, I'm gonna have to take that end off a little bit. Cover your ears, buddy. Actually, we'll save that piece. Let me make another one. What's up? What you looking for? Oh, for him? Yeah, he can put those on. Here, put these on, buddy. I'll get them. There you go. So now you don't have to cover your ears. There you go. Perfect. All right, let's try it one more time. Hey, hey, if you're gonna be out here, gotta be quiet, okay? See? All right, try this one more time. Make sure my saw is at 0. There we go. Okay. Rotate that back to 22 and a half. We'll try it this way. All right. So I'll measure off 4 inches again for this bottom piece. Okay. There's that. Goofy boy. All right. Yeah, you see yourself on there? Goofball. Yeah, see, yeah, you're dancing. I've got the wood that I'm using right now, like I said, it's all knotted up and chewed up and it's not high quality wood, and that's what I don't like that. So Try this one more time here. Okay. Rotate this back to 22 and a half. And I'm just going to eyeball it here. We're going to go, we'll try that. Okay. That looks much better than the 45s. Much, much better. And so it looks like it's a similar cut, but a shorter piece. And it's kind of held together like that. I plan on just shooting some brad nails through the back. And then let me see. And then it looks like we got a really short piece in the front. Same thing. We'll see if we can get that. See if we can get that made up too. And this might be, yeah, I don't know. That might be a different angle. But we'll see if we can get that last bottom piece made real quick. What's up, buddy? Okay, thank you. He's going back inside. All right, so kind of just make like a smaller piece. I don't know how big this small piece is, but I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it and we'll piece it together and see how it goes. Okay. And so now it looks, and that is still, that's way too short considering it's an inch material. We'll make that cut again, but it'll be something like that. And then your phone just sits in there. Fairly simple, straightforward, easy build. I'll make that next piece just a little bit longer. Let's slide my fence in too. Make sure I don't clip that. Okay. So let's make that quite a bit longer. All right. So now set those off. We will, I believe that's how it goes. Yep, just like that. And then where is it this piece? No. Was it this piece? I'm gonna have to recut this one, but yeah. And then I'll get my phone. I'll have to get a phone and try that out. But I don't know how I feel about it being 3.5 inches wide. It might be a little too big. I'll try something a little bit smaller there. But again, this is something like a little phone holder. Again, it's nothing too complex, nothing too crazy. We'll get that built up. Sorry, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time, and it's not working out very well. I'm sure you can tell. Let's make that backside just a little bit longer. I'll go after that knot. Maybe we can make that knot look kind of nice with the stain on it. Go just like a little bit longer. And this would be that back piece. Okay. All right. So now, ooh, that might be perfect right there. I like that a lot. So I think what we'll do is we'll kind of just piece these together. Um, and we'll see how it goes. These are very different Reddit stories. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's how it started. That's how it started. And then TikTok decided to put an end to that. So, all right. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on here, and then I'll get my brad nailer and then it should hold it together. Again, it's nothing too crazy. It's really not that hard of a build. It's pretty simple. And I saw it online. Again, obviously there's no prints for it, so I plan on making prints for it and maybe put a quick video on YouTube or something about it. And I'm out of nails, so get some brads. I'm going to be using, so that's 3/4. So I'm going to be using 1.25 inch nails. I do have inch nails, but I don't want I don't want it to be too short and then it kind of just fall apart. But that wood glue is going to do most of the holding, so nothing, not too concerned about that. But okay, where did I put that glue on at? That side right there. Add just a little bit more. I actually thought about staining these before I put it together because obviously staining's much easier when you're doing it beforehand, but that's all right. Uh, I'm looking at the grain of the wood and just seeing what side I want where. I kind of, yeah, I'll put that on that side. All right. Here we go. Grab my brad nailer. Make sure we got it squared up. All right. There we go. All right, so the first part's done. Obviously, I'll take some more glue, and I think I like that knot. Actually, I think that's actually going to look really nice with that stain, and I believe, yeah, I mean that should work out perfectly. I'll have to figure out what I did here because again, I didn't measure. I didn't really. I tried measuring it out, and it didn't. Kind of just started with it, but then I just decided just to not really go off that and just kind of eyeball it, and it worked out great, actually, quite nicely. Okay, so slid up right there. All right, perfect. Now I just need a phone, and I don't have a phone on me because I'm using it to TikTok as well. But that is essentially what we're working with. I believe that's what the picture's showing. So yeah, fairly simple. Again, it's not too crazy to build nothing. The whole purpose of this was not to make it overly complex. It was just more of just something to do to kind of get me out in the garage. I've been sitting in the house, so it worked out great. I'm gonna build two of these, one for home and one for work. Because when I'm at work on my lunch break, I'll usually watch like some kind of YouTube videos or something, and so I usually have to prop my phone up with something, and this will obviously allow me to just set my phone in there and not have to worry about propping it up. So should work out great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure this out now and see if I can replicate it. There it is. Oh, about 4.5, 5.25, and we'll say about 2.25. So nothing too crazy. Okay. But yeah, I mean it's I like it a lot. I need a phone. I think I have a phone inside, but I'm not too worried about grabbing it. Oh, let's see here. I'll build another one on another day. I'm not too concerned about doing it, but I will grab some stain and some gloves and we'll get it stained. Now, I thoroughly enjoy a light stain But I think for this one, I'm going to go with a darker stain. I'll see how well it turns out with the darker stain, but I think I'm going to enjoy more of the lighter stain on this one. And then let me make sure all this glue residue is off. I don't, trying to add stain over glue is not ideal. It just screws it all up and it's nasty. It's nasty, nasty, nasty. Okay. This to think to do all of this thinking while trying to, again, I don't have plans for this. So doing this while talking and trying to think what I'm doing without screwing it up is quite the challenge. Hence the reason for all these parts over here. It didn't work out that well. Ooh, this actually might be kind of nice. I might be changing my mind on this darker stain. Now on the end grain of the wood, it's going to turn out really dark because those grains are going to soak up. They're really going to soak up. I'm hoping you guys can see that, but it's really going to soak up that stain. So it's going to be darker on those parts, but that's all right. Like I said, it's just a personal project. It's not like it's going to anybody, but I will be building more. I have to build another snowflake, another Christmas tree for our babysitter. So maybe I'll do that on a live. I got a video right now out for the Christmas tree. I will be adding another video for the snowflake. I just made my wife, I just made her a ladder blank or a blanket ladder. That'll be coming out this weekend. Um, and yeah, and so I'll probably end up making a video or a short at least on how to make something simple like this. Again, not overly complicated. I mean, it took all but 10 minutes to build. And then yeah, I'll see what else I can come up with. I really do enjoy being out in the garage. Again, I'm relatively new to it. I'm actually looking forward to getting into more complex projects because it's a fun skill to have, and it's obviously really handy when it comes to stuff like this. Because I mean, you go to the I don't know, Megan, my wife, she goes shopping at places like TJ Maxx, and I'm not saying you would see something exactly like this, but I mean, hell, you go to a home goods store or something, and I'm sure they're selling something like this as homemade, and they want $35 for it, and this is just made out of some scrap wood that I had over there. So there we go, that end grain. Again, I'm not re-wetting this towel with stain because I'm trying to prevent these end grains from getting too dark. But to really get them colored in, it kind of really does have to get dark. But and this right here, getting into this tight angle and this tight corner is the reason why I said staining it beforehand would have been much, much easier. Let's see if I can get in the corner. Probably not going to be able to. Probably have to get some kind of brush or something. I don't know if I have like a painter brush to really get in there, or maybe I can squeeze out some extra stain into the. Oh, that might have worked out great. It's kind of putting some pressure in there and letting the extra stain come out of the rag and go into that corner without snapping my piece in half. But yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming to my TED Talk. That's really what it is, like a TED Talk. Again, I'm hoping you guys can. I don't know if anybody's saying anything. I have a chat up here, but I don't really see. Um, I don't know if it's working or not. So if anybody's saying something, I apologize. I'm not trying to miss it, but I also don't expect it either. So, all right. I think my wife would actually really enjoy one of these too at her desk. There we go. Now, okay, and there it is. Let me take my gloves off so I'm not getting stain everywhere. But relatively easy. Let me share it. Relatively easy and a quite nice little phone holder. Again, all but 10 minutes to build. That'll be $75. You guys will find it in my store. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I do appreciate everybody watching. Again, I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. So there will be more of it. Gets me out of the house. Gives me something to do. So, but next time I think I'm going to before I actually start building something in the garage, I think I'm going to have a plan instead. I just came out here and just started winging it, especially when it come to the project. Let me set this down here. I don't want it to bounce that table. Doing the project itself was kind of just going off the image, and yeah, didn't really have a plan for it. So I think next time I do something, I'm going to have a plan with it because that's probably the better thing to do. So, but yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. Again, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, a fairly simple and easy build. Again, just a little phone holder, nothing too crazy. Um, again, I do have a video coming out this weekend. It'll probably be on how to build a blanket ladder, and then I need to put a video together for the snowflake because I had uh, I had some people asking actually how to build that, and like relatives, not like online or anything. I'm not, you know, not like that. Just more like family and relatives and stuff. And so, if you guys are interested in any of the plans, though, uh, including at least those two right now. Those two are available in the description of my YouTube video. So if you guys are on YouTube Live, you guys can just go to the description of this video and you guys will be able to find the plans for both of those, the snowflake and the Christmas tree. If you guys are on TikTok, go over to my YouTube channel, Flag City Woodworking, and you guys will be able to find the plans as well. They're all free. My plans are always going to be free on my channels because I feel like people deserve to have nice things without having to pay for them. Is that too much to ask? But that's probably going to wrap it up for both streams. So I do appreciate anybody that stopped by. Any comments, I appreciate it all. Any views, all that stuff, I really do appreciate it. It really does mean a lot. So, but if you guys enjoy this kind of content, you guys already know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, all that mumbo jumbo. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next live stream. I appreciate it.